One of the important concepts in every programming languages is data types. So we need to know what kind of data types exist in that programming languages. So in Python, we have a set of different kind of data types. In fact, when we try to declare a variable to store some sort of data and values, those variables, they have a specific data types, and that data type will specify what kind of um, modification that we can apply on the values that we store on the variable. Um, if I want to summarize the data types in Python, we can look at them in this way. So for textual data, we have the string. String is a formal data types, and the data type is str. For numerical numbers or for numerical data, we have integer, float, and complex. So integer will store the whole number, float for storing decimal numbers, and complex to storing complex numbers, which is some sort of mathematical numbers. If you don't have any idea about the complex, so you can search on the internet what is a complex number, and you will find each complex number is a combination of a real part with an imaginary part. And then for sequence types, we have list, tuple, and branch. So there's a three different kind of data types that we can store a sequence data. So as you can see, those kind of data types, in these kind of data types, the sequence or order is important. Mapping type, if you want to map some things with another, for example, if you have a key value, so, and if you want to search using the key, we have a dictionary data type in the Python. I will explain all of those in detail in the following videos, but I'm trying to give you an idea. Set types, so to store unique data or to store a group of data without any some sort of reputation in the data, we have the set and frozen set. And for Boolean values, true or false, so we have the Boolean. Binary types, we have bytes, byte array, and memory view. So in fact, all the data in these three data types stores as a 0 and 1. And memory view try to exactly replicate the way that data will store on the memory. And we have the non-type when we don't have anything and we don't know what is the value. So null or none is the non-data type. As a sample, as you can see, for example, the first variable is a string because it's a group of characters inside a double quote, so the data type will be string. Second one is integer, float number, complex number, and in Python, the J is represent the imaginary part of the complex number, and it can have, as I mentioned, some sort of real part as well. And we have the list to store a list of items or values. Tuple, we have range to generate the range of number. I will show you in a sample. And then we have the dictionary, as I mentioned. So this is a key value data type. So we have a key, in this case, for example, name, and we have a value, which is John. the key is age and the value is 36. We have the set, so set a group of value, a unique value. We cannot store duplicate value in the set or frozen set. Boolean, we always they can be true or false. Bytes, byte array, as you can see, and memory view, and finally the non-data type. So let's go and show you, I think, a sample inside the Visual Studio. I call the file data types example.py. Great. So let's start with an integer, for example. We see, for example, age equal 25. This is a simple example of age, and we can print or check the data type of a specific variable. So we have the type function, which is a built-in function, and you can call this type and pass a variable to find out the data type of variable. So let's just to keep it very simple, if I save that one, and if we try to clean the terminal and ask the Python to run the data type examples py, as you can see, the output is integer. So in fact, age is a variable, or is a it declared as an integer. So if you go down, for example, we can declare a floating point variable, such as let's say, for example, salary or price. Yeah, it can be a for example, if somebody has a salary of 50k, 0.5, for example. This is just sample. And as I mentioned, the other data type, yeah, we can check the salary data type as well, but let me to declare the variables and then check all of them together. We can declare the strings. For example, name of a person can be a string. Let's say, for example, John Doe. It can be a variable. Boolean, we have the Boolean data type. So exactly, and we can, for example, check the gender of a person. Is male, true or false? Yeah. Or is married is another example. So, or we can have list, list, as I mentioned, is an order group of, for example, values. Colors can be a list, or for example, grades of a student can be a list, just to keep it simple. For example, 80, 95, for example, 72, 68. So, and for example, again, we can have, for example, 95. So in fact, the value in the list can be repeated, but they have order, and the order is start from here, and they are look like an array. They have an index, and we can refer them by that index. I will explain all of those data type in the future. So we can, for example, have the tuple, such as a coordinate, for example, coordinate on the maps coordinates. So if you check the Google map and click on the one location, you can see the coordinate of that location, and you can save that coordinate for yourself for later reference. So in fact, they are a combination of two numbers. Let's say just to keep it very simple. Yeah, something look like that. And then, oh, we have the set red, green, blue. Great. No worries. So this is the set, and we cannot have duplicate value in the set, as I mentioned. We can have the dictionary. So for example, we can say a person info equal, for example, something look like that. Great, yeah. Why not? And now what we can do, we can print all the information regarding these variables. So in fact, we can print age, let to give a better output, provide a better output to user, and give them a better understanding regarding what we are going to print. Age, and then we can also print the data type of that one. So let's do that one by one. For salary, for name is male, and then print again is married, print the grade, yeah, grades, the coordinates, if you remember all of them, so colors, and then print as well the person info. Great. So now if we save the file, and if we try to again run the code as output, we can see age is 25 and the data type is integer, salary is 50k 0.5, the data type is float. So this is the difference between Python and the other programming languages. In fact, in Python we have only float for decimal value. We don't have double. Then name John Doe, which is a string, is male, which is a boolean, is married, and grade, which is a list, coordinate is a tuple, color is a set, and then person info, which is a dictionary. I will try to explain every of those different data types in the following videos, and we will start with the strings in the next video.